Hold it up. Everyone will answer Amen are the two blessings which are forthcoming. Amen.
Zweite Kreis rein. Zweite
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen. We'd like to call our second boy for the ceremony. David, Kolchav. David, Schok. David, Schok. We're going to ask Rabbi Brackman, the regional director of Chabad of Northwest Metro Denver, to act as the Shliach Bezdin to do the transactions.
Redeemed. So now what's Moshe Rabbeinu saying, speak to Aaron and his children, saying like this: you shall bless the children of Israel, and God should bless you and preserve you, and Hashem should illuminate your countenance and provide you with grace, graciousness, and Hashem should uplift your face, your countenance, and give us peace that we so much want today, as we always wanted. So we're going to deliver the words in the original Hebrew.
Please everyone stand up.
You can put your name over here. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe Leimer. Daber el Aaron vel Bonov Leimer Koi Savarochu es Bnei Yisrael Amoer Lohem Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Amen.
I want to say that every time I come to Colorado Springs, it reawakens within me such fond memories over the years, getting to know so many of you, the families, the children. So it's a thrill for me to be able to come here. So I want to thank the good Rabbi for being here. So guys, take care of him. Please support him so he can remain here for the next 150 years, so I can continue coming up for a visit. I want to tell you, I find it privileged that I'm a Kohen. You know, sometimes people have the question, if I would have to run out of my house in some kind of emergency, and I have time to only grab one or two things, what is it going to be? What am I going to grab on my way out? What is indispensable to my Jewish happiness? Friends, for me it's not such a hard question. At the top of the list, this is what I would take. These coins are invested with, I didn't count, I don't know if the number is 100 or hundreds of blessings of children and adults, of all calibers, of all ages, of Jews who needed a Pidyan Ben, a firstborn, 30 years ago. And I was privileged this past Sukkot. As a matter of fact, I think within a few days of when this young child had a bris, so I was privileged to do the Pidyan Ben of this man whom I did 30 years ago, his firstborn son, the second generation who needed a Pidyan Ben, and I was privileged to have it. But I want to tell you a very exciting story. I didn't get a chance to tell this fine young rabbi here. And I want you to know what a merit you in Colorado Springs have. You think that we are talking about a Pidyan Ben of a little boy? You think we're talking about a Pidyan Ben of a little boy and a young adult? No, there's more to this story. Let me tell you the rest of the story. Last night, about 8:59, when I was wrapping up our Gemara class, our Daf Yomi daily Talmud class, I was telling the people over there that I can't make it tomorrow night, Wednesday night, because I will, God willing, be planning to be in Colorado Springs for a Pidyan Ben. I said it with excitement. And there was one member, see Nerio smiling, he was there. There was one person who was there in the Talmud class who is a recent addition. He started coming in the last few months, and he's nodding and telling me, yeah, I know about the Pidyan Ben. It's when you're the firstborn son of a firstborn. So I looked at him and I said, no, it's not 2 generations. It's a firstborn. It doesn't have to be the firstborn son of a firstborn, as long as the child is a firstborn. So he looks at me and he says, really? Then could be, I need a Pidyan Ben too. So I asked him the standard questions. Turns out, here is a middle-aged man who, for so many years, had mistakenly believed that he does not need a Pidyan Ben, and it was, who would have thought of raising the issue? But because of the Colorado Springs Pidyan Ben tonight, it aroused the topic, and in your merit, there's going to be another Pidyan Ben in Denver on this young adult. I want you to know that. Yes. Next to him, of course, nothing is coincidental. Did I see my time slot? So, and I'm sitting next to him, and we're talking, and he said something quite incidental, so he thought, and he said something about I'm the oldest one in my family. Immediately, I said, you're the oldest one in my family, in your family? Hold on a second, let me ask you a question. Is your father a Kohen? Is your mother a Kohen? It was C-section. Turns out he needed a Pidyan Ben. I said, my friend, you need a Pidyan Ben. This was on a Shabbos. That Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night, as part of the celebration, there was a Malava Malki in our Chabad house. So I told him, you know what, it's so beautiful. All I have to do is get my coins from the house, these coins, and I said, let's do it. So we did it. It was so beautiful. A friend of mine, he videotaped the whole thing. The next thing I know that it's on Google. It's on, what do you call it? YouTube. And, you know, so if anyone wants to see this adult Pidyan Ben, you type in Pidyan Ben adult, and you'll see, I think it's Marty's Pidyan Ben, and you'll see it was a beautiful affair. I want to tell you something. Our great rabbis have found a very profound yet simple insight into the idea of a Pidyan Ben. You see, it says the expression that it's called Peter Rechem. What does Peter Rechem mean? Peter means the opening, Rechem means the womb. Okay, the womb. But our sages have said, you know what else Rechem means? Rechem comes from the word Rachmanios, compassion. At this time now, the floodgates, the gates of compassion up in heaven are wide open, and there are streams of compassion and blessings and chesed and kindness and coming down, and it should really resonate with each and every one of you. One more thought, and then I'll sit down. Maybe 2. No, I want to tell you about the first Pidyan Ben in history. The first Pidyan Ben. How did it work? As Rabbi Lieberach said, when, is that my cutest, no? When God delivered us from the clutches of Egypt, and God spared our firstborns, and yet, smiting the Egyptian firstborns, we became a spiritual hero. We became spiritual leaders. However, at the sin of the golden calf, this was about to change. So God said, sanctify the firstborn. They were not participants to the Kohanim, but there were 22,273 firstborns. So you do the math. After 22,000 people have been lined up, you've got 273 firstborns who have no match. This is what happened. They then took out the coins. They gave it to Moshe, who delivered it over to Aaron HaKohen. Ever since then, it's done directly between the child or the adult who needs the Pidyan Ben and the Kohen. And I want to give you a blessing that for each and every one of you, God should give you health and parnassah, and God should give you whatever you need.
More than 5 coins.
For some, what? More than 5 coins. Some of us need parnassah, money. Some of us need a blessing for shidduch, for children, for a good shidduch, right? It's the best, okay? Good shidduch. All right, remember where you got the blessing, so when the good news hits, you tell us, okay?
First call.
And the best news, the biggest blessing is, I want to give recognition and thanks to God, who has given us all the blessings. And the greatest blessing is we should all go from Colorado Springs, Colorado, to the land of Israel in Yerushalayim, in the Holy Temple, and we should continue the work of the Kohanim. I'll take good care of you, don't worry. All right? We're preparing for the sacrifices.
Take his email address.
And